Hey golfers, and welcome back to the Second Swing YouTube channel for another Live at Lunch. We are back with some more golf ball testing. If you've been following the YouTube channel, specifically our Live at Lunch series the last several weeks, we've really focused on golf balls, and we have some more testing to do today. It's not, however, focused on one brand. It's more so one type of golf ball today. So your favorite, Coss Barnette, is back. The freight train, as some refer to him as.
Favorite's strong, but we'll take it. The freight train here.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Yeah. So this will be an interesting one. We have kind of what we've determined is maybe the most popular, softer premium golf balls out there. So when it comes to the Pro V1 is certainly the biggest name in this category, but then we've kind of found what are the competitors of some of the bigger golf ball brands out there as well to the Pro V1. So we've got your Srixon Z-Star, the TaylorMade TP5, and Callaway Chrome Soft as well. I know Callaway's got a series of Chrome Tours as well that maybe is more of the more current premium ball for them, but the Chrome Soft one certainly is a softer feeling one, so we're going to throw that in today. I guess, Coss, first of all, you're familiar. You've hit all these golf balls over the last few weeks. So what is your maybe prediction for what we see today?
Well, what I'm excited about is it's been fun testing kind of across category, right? Yeah. And their whole lineup. Yeah. I think all these balls sort of fit into a category that I might play. Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to compare spin, launch, landing, stuff like that. Now more apples to apples, right? Yeah. So if I can make some repetitive swings and we can see how the balls are performing, I think we'll have some nice comparison numbers. I'm curious to see kind of where the spin rate is, like I said, and just kind of overall performance in terms of consistency that we've talked about the past couple of weeks.
Right, because the last few weeks we have been testing these. We've seen huge differences because we went through the TaylorMade lineup, the Titleist lineup, the Srixon lineup, etc. And it was very different types of golf balls in those tests. You'd see spin rates spanning 2,000 RPM, and you'd see big time differences in the distances too. So today those differences should be a lot closer together. But the performance, that you're looking for, and then the consistency of the golf ball too, should be something that I'm watching for. Yeah. Because, again, these are golf balls that all of them are played on tour at some capacity. Some of the best players in the world are playing these models, so it's worth noting that they should be pretty consistent. And Coss has the swing speed and swing type that is pretty similar to some of those guys out there.
Right on. Yeah, I'm excited to see kind of what takes place here. We're starting with the Pro V.
Pro V1.
Is that right? The Pro V1.
We got the Pro V1 start here. We've got, and the way they've been doing this is having Coss hit basically a few 7-irons and a few drivers with each ball. So it's kind of more so focused on the long game or the full swings of the golf ball performance and feel. Obviously, the short game is probably a different element to this. Maybe we can conduct these tests later on outside, but we'll start with Pro V1. So we'll start with some 7-iron swings here.
Let's do it. And those that haven't watched before, just so you know, equipment that's being used in here, we have a Mizuno Pro S3. This is the 7-iron. The Modus 120X is the shaft. And I play degree upright and about a ½ inch over length.
Perfect.
So, yeah. Let's take a look. Pro V1.
Hold on one second, Coss. I got my head tag up there.
Oh yes, let's do that.
I almost missed on that, but we
got if you were my caddy, I'd let you call me off a shot like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
We got it.
All right.
We just caught you in time.
Whew. Oh, not a good strike right away. A little toey.
It's fine. It's
first one.
Chris asking why. I think he may have joined a little bit after I explained, but we chose Chrome Soft over the Chrome Tour. Profile-wise, it's a little closer to these ones. The Chrome Soft as a soft-feeling premium ball. So we went with that one. Obviously, we know Chrome Tour does have something similar, but the Chrome Tour is much firmer than the Chrome Soft, so that's what we went with here today. First good-looking swing there.
Yeah, better strike there. Let's see if we can get in the groove here.
And for those that are maybe joining or haven't seen the last several of these, your 7-iron distance, you're probably trying to hover around 175.
Yeah.
Your spin rate's trying to be kind of in the mid 7,000s the way you swing.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. I'm over the top and steep and all sorts of things, but we're just trying to produce a consistent shot. No. That was better.
That was struck pretty well.
Yeah, that was a better strike. Let's do one more here, Drew.
All right.
First couple were a little clunky. That was thin.
Thin?
Yeah, one more. All right. Here we go.
We said a Wilson Triad in the chat. I cannot say if I've ever hit that golf ball.
The Wilsons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one that we probably, I don't know if we even have one, but one that we probably should have thought about trying, given the relevancy with the Ryder Cup, is probably the Maxfly. The Tour X, I believe, is the one Ben Griffin plays.
Griffin, yeah.
And I wonder, you know, I know that's Luke Donald mentioned it, that a lot of the pairings, you know, decisions that he makes are kind of based on if the guys play similar golf balls. So I do wonder how that's going to go. I would imagine Ben Griffin might have to adapt to something different, being the minority playing Maxfly, but thought that was interesting because it's been a while since a Maxfly has had, you know, the success on tour.
And I think there's been, you know, to that end, Titleist was just so far out in front when they originally came out the Pro V, and other manufacturers have adopted, and I think they've closed the gap in a lot of ways, especially on tour adoption. So there's a lot of great options out there for golfers to go get tested and kind of see what ball is performing best for them. Yeah,
so quick numbers on the Pro V1. We got 4 swings here. You know, and actually since we have fewer golf balls today, we probably could just do 4 with everything.
Yeah, that's great.
These are your numbers. I mean, carry 174 average, you know, 7,300 spin. You know, and I think we had maybe this last one that you really kind of, the club face was turned a little bit, and that resulted in some lower spin and kind of a little bit more distance, which is kind of, that'll happen with any golf club or any golf ball. But this seems like these are your numbers here.
Yeah, right in line with what I would expect. Kind of that mid-7s spin rate. Smash factor 130 has been pretty consistent through those strikes. Do we have height on there, peak height?
Oh, I always forget to throw height on there. Let's do that here.
I think that's a curious one, just to see kind of what the ball's doing.
So we averaged 113 with the 7-iron there.
Okay, all right, which is solid.
Yeah. So we'll get into the driver here now.
Those again, driver, we have a Titleist GT3. It is set in the C3 hosel setting, 9-degree head. The weight in the toe is in T1, and this is a graphite design Tour AD IZ in the 6X.
So you'll see some butter cuts here.
We're going to be hitting some pull cuts. That's the goal. Just like you called it, Drew.
Yep. That's the shot that you go for.
Yep.
And so we talked about your kind of typical numbers with 7-iron, with driver. You're kind of hovering around that 165 to 170 ball speed, and the spin is kind of in the typically, I think, high 2000s, maybe around 3000, just so you can kind of play that controlled cut. So that's pretty close to what we see most of the time from you.
Standard.
Oh, wow. There's some extra speed there.
Yeah, smash factor up a little bit.
Yeah.
Spin rate down on that. I think it was just an all-around better swing.
Those are 2 fairway finders right there.
Yeah, we'll take those. All right. So, a couple good more.
Ooh, that one a little less spin, so it didn't come back as much.
Yeah.
Also, Trackman didn't pick up everything, so we're going to need one more anyway.
Okay.
But
good total on that. What's the spin?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't get the spin. Oh, spin rate was down.
Yeah. Chris said it's cold cut sandwich time.
Cold
cut sandwich time.
You know, what do you like on your cold cut sandwich, Drew? You know? What kind of, are you like a ham and turkey guy?
See, I prefer a warm sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Like I even like Jimmy
toasted
John's
stuff.
now has warm sandwiches, and I go get the warm one.
Oh, okay.
I get the,
All right.
the toasted ones, you know?
I like the
I
Italian.
mean, I'll eat a cold one, but
Italian cured meats
Yeah,
is
yeah.
usually kind of
Cur-
where I,
yeah,
I
yep.
tend to. All right.
slap a bunch of mayo on there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The pull cut.
There it is.
The pull cut is here today in full force.
Yeah, we like that.
And what I think is good for you with the driver there is that the spin on a couple of those was down.
Yeah.
So that allowed you to chase a little bit more distance.
Well, it's interesting because I do play the Pro V1X, and so when we were testing that a couple weeks back, we saw spin numbers in the high 2000s, low 3000s.
Yeah.
Something I'm familiar with. Pro V1X is a little bit lower spinning ball, and maybe some of that is showing up here in the data.
Yeah, so I think that's something to note for you. Height-wise, it was pretty close, and we typically, I know that it's not applicable for every single golfer, but for the majority, your 7-iron and your driver peak height should be pretty close.
Yeah.
They should be pretty similar because of where that ball is actually peaking. It really throughout the bag, for the most part, if you're hitting a full swing with that club, it should be relatively close to the same. And so, yeah.
It's interesting. One of our fitters explained this to me, and I had the same question. Peak height, right? It's relative to the window where that's coming out of, right? Your driver peak height is going to be so much further down
Correct,
range.
yeah.
It's going to look a little bit lower. If you have a pitching wedge and you hit that, your peak height. So the guys that are on tour and that are hitting good, they're trying to hit that same window over and over, and that peak height is the same.
Yep.
It's just a little bit different on your perspective as the player on. Does it look higher or lower?
Yeah.
But really, it should be very similar in height.
Yeah, we're seeing it right now on the tracer. Like, we can look. That's what that's what your drive looks like. It looks like a pretty low ball flight, right? And then you come here, and it looks like it's so much higher, but the actual peak height is pretty similar.
Just peaking sooner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's switch now. We've got the Z-Star. We'll go to Srixon
right.
Z-Star. This is man. They've had so many generations of this now. I don't even know which year it is, but it's been at least I think probably about a decade or more that they've had a Z-Star model. They've been refining it. They've also do all kinds of color things. This is actually a divide right here.
Yeah, that is interesting. I guess it would work for putting.
That's where I
roll.
see the benefit being there with Srixon. But their golf balls are really good. They get a ton of play on tour with these.
Right. All their tour guys are pretty much in it.
Yeah. And they don't hesitate to adopt, the latest model.
Right.
So,
all right, Srixon Z-Star 7-iron.
oh, hold on. I keep forgetting to
That's right.
switch.
You got a tag.
I keep.
Let's keep peak height in mind too as we compare these. I'm curious.
Yeah.
That was a good discussion there. Oh, Coss. Don't. That was like just pull toe hook.
Well, that never happened. So.
Oh man. Oh boy.
Okay, there's a good swing there.
Yep.
More feedback or analysis here on the Wilson Triad. So
People are into that, huh?
has a ton of big name reviewer videos raving that's how I found it.
Okay.
$24 a box, 80 compression. That's a low compression number. So that has to be a misread.
Yeah, I don't think I hit that one 237.
Yeah.
That one
also,
felt
look at the
pretty good,
spin.
though.
Look at the spin. That's a misread for sure.
I did hit it. I hit it great, but not like that.
No. A
came up.
237 7-iron
Would be pretty useless.
Be pretty crazy.
It could be that
There you go.
that ball, the kind of the half and half on the
Yeah,
Trackman.
and that's, I know in the past, and I think they've made some updates to the software and stuff where it picks these things up pretty accurately, but I know there's been times in the past that the colored golf balls haven't picked up as well. Actually, the reason I know that is because it was probably 3 or 4 years ago now, Rocco was in our second swing at a taco store, and he was playing colored Callaway Chrome Tours, or Chrome Softs, and Trackman everything was italicized on there, and it wasn't quite picking things up, so.
All right, let me make one more.
Okay.
Just for science.
There's a video from that day with Rocco Mediate on the YouTube channel. If you look it up, What's in the Bag video we did like 3 years ago with him.
Rocco's a character.
And he was fun. He was fun.
He is.
I think he yelled at the camera, "Spin is control," like
yes, that's right.
4 or 5 different times.
That's right. I did watch that, and I changed my perspective on spin from that video.
I mean, I do think there's something to what he was saying about how so often it's like the marketing is low spin, you need low spin. But his perspective was totally different. It's like, I actually need spin to control the golf ball. So, all right, so we've got a couple 7-irons up there.
Yeah.
A little lower spin with the Z-Star. I think maybe I think this is maybe the one you wanted to remove, which we could do. I know we're kind of trying to play out this apple in a sense, but
that was a little goofy.
So if we did that, I do want to say that your carry numbers on the 3 that you hit solidly were almost the exact same.
Yeah.
So your deviation there is 0.3 yards. You were in the 177 range every single time with those 3 shots. Spin at 7,000, so pretty consistent golf ball, or at least for those. And it could be just those are 3 really good swings. The height very similar to the Pro V1. I mean, that's the thing about these golf balls today is they're gonna be similar.
Correct.
They have a lot of the same characteristics.
But that little nuance matters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're comparing apples to apples here, 300 RPM a spin, it might be all the difference.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to get it up into the 7,000s, maybe the Pro V1 is better than the Z-Star, for example.
Yeah.
But everything else, relative, they feel great, look good, sound good. You get that responsive feedback that you'd expect from a premium ball.
Did you notice a difference in feel between Z-Star and Pro V1?
Not really. I mean,
I don't think you'll notice a bunch today. The one that would maybe I maybe be curious to see is the TP5, being that it does have the 5 layers.
Sure.
Versus the other ones, I believe, are 3-piece constructions. So that would be the big question. But
oh boy,
Chris said he's heard that the Divide performs differently than the non-Divide. That would be
really?
Maybe we should test that.
Interesting.
That would
Why?
be
Because it's just like an extra layer of paint or something?
I mean, it could be that. I know I've seen some theories out there that the paint and the coating, it can impact things, but
sure.
I guess I haven't tested that before.
All right, are we set with the driver, Drew?
We are. I'm on top of it this time.
Yeah, attaboy.
How was that?
A little off the toe, but
Okay.
again, what happened to the spin off the toe?
Well, see, I'm mostly noticing the ball speed went way down. I just didn't know if you hit it solid or if you didn't. But it's a good result at the end of the day. I mean, that's about as straight as you can hit it.
For a miss, we'd live with it. Oh, that's got to come back. Oh, it should.
There it is. It's coming back.
There it is. That's heel, so toe and a heel.
All right.
But that's good to know. I mean, not bad misses.
What I like about those is you said one was toe, one was heel.
Yep.
Both shots have been over 110 feet.
Yeah.
So the ball is still flying in the window that you want it to.
Absolutely.
Despite missing the center of the face. I think that's important to note. And again, you're not getting the distance out of it. It's not going to stack up after those 2 shots distance-wise to the Pro V1. You're losing 15 yards just based on not hitting the center. But the ball's in the fairway, it's in play, and it's actually giving you the ball flight you want still.
Interesting too. Gear effect, right? Off the toe, the spin was down. Off the heel, that spin is up.
Yep.
3,500.
That is.
So that's
Yep.
But it also speaks to the modern driver too, and what they've been able to do across the face. So you can feel like you can swing it free and live with some pretty decent results as well. That was better.
There's the cut coming back. Chris said Golf Ball Addict tested the Divide versus non-Divide, but noted that he doesn't swing nearly as fast as Freight Train.
Okay, so. Fair enough. But they're, I guess they're onto something. Either on something or onto something. Yeah. That's what I say.
So interesting here. I think for 3 swings that weren't, I think the contact overall was not as good.
Correct.
But I think I like how consistent the distance was still. That despite hitting it kind of in various different places, the ball still was kind of repeatable. It gave you the same ball flight, and the height was pretty much, was comfortably well over 100. I think this last one went a little bit higher because there was a little bit more spin, but it's still in that 115. Looks like the average of 119 on 3 shots there. That's still very good and right where you're looking for. So the Z-Star passes that test, I think, for sure. So let's go TP5 now.
Okay.
And this is the one I'll be curious on feel if you notice anything.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to pay attention to that. I think with all these, you just get that instantaneous feedback, which makes them that premium ball and the better players deserve and want, especially like on tour.
Yeah.
But let's see what.
Yeah, so this is the one, I believe this is the one Rory switched to this year.
Yes.
And, you know, he won the Masters, and that was a whole big thing, so.
Pretty good. He's a good golfer.
Yeah, he's okay. But 5 layers is very different than the other ones here, so.
Interesting. I mean, if it felt maybe a little firmer. I don't know.
That's what I thought might happen, but
yeah,
we'll see both with iron and driver if you notice anything more. Audio-wise, I don't notice a ton of difference.
I blocked that a little bit.
A little more spin there, I'm noticing.
Yeah. I think on both of those, too.
Yeah,
Peak height was a little higher.
Yep,
okay.
A little bit higher. A little more spin on both of those, it felt like. So that could be a result of the different construction.
That one I pulled.
Well, see, that's interesting because they had a couple pulls. With the Pro V1 had a pull.
Yep.
And the spin was, you know, below 7,000. Actually stayed above, you know, barely, but stayed above 7,000 on that one. Let's see if I were to do a quick look here. Yeah, spin is for sure the highest.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, because your hard pull left with TP5 was over 7,000. The average with Z-Star was under 7,000.
Correct.
So I think
peak height a little higher with that extra spin.
Yep. Yep. So I mean, I think I'm ready to conclude that TP5 is, at least with irons,
yes,
with the 7-iron, is a higher spinning golf ball than the other two so far.
Yep.
That seems to be...
Efficiency with the smash factor is similar, so I think it's comparable, right? We've been hanging in that 1.31 pretty much consistently across.
Yeah, you're kind of a right over,
strike.
just over 1.3 guy with the 7-iron, so... All right, we'll try driver to see if that same trend continues with the spin rate there.
What was the averages on the other one? Driver?
The Pro V1 was about 26, I want to say. And then the Z-Star, I know just because you had the one off the heel there, it was a little higher at 33. So there's a big range there.
Sure.
You know, if TP5, I would imagine just based on how the 7-iron was, you're probably going to be in the 3,000s with TP5, but. That's a good golf shot there.
Yeah.
127 height. Just over 3,000 spin, and that's your golf shot. That's your buttercup.
That's the one. That's the bread and butter. The cold cut.
The cold cut.
The cold cut.
Mr. Montgomery in the chat talking about the distance consistency with TP5 as well.
I love that.
A little more speed, a little more bend on that cut, but again, look where that thing ends up. I mean, you're right on the center line. You're able to trust and hit your shot.
I can try to hit one left. I don't know if I can.
I wouldn't ask you to do something. We talked about me being your caddy right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not going to have you step up to a wide open, straight tee shot and go
hit it left.
Let's try a draw here. When you're hitting that butter cut as well as you are. So.
It's usually when I'm behind a tree and it's got to be like a 7-iron or a 6-iron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just close it down and.
How's that tee working for you?
You wanna come hold this for me? Great. All right, we got it.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. But
you need to use. We got these rubber ones here too.
No one breathe. No fans.
That's gonna fall.
We're good. You think so? No, I think it's good.
Okay.
It'd be a good clip if I had like Charlie Brown this thing.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, you want to try?
No. I'm stubborn. We got this. All right. The rubber tees, they just don't do it for me.
This is great because we got a bunch of people watching you just tee up a ball right now.
Look at that.
So
right
don't
there.
think about it.
Oh, it was on me. It was the wrong spot.
Right.
Wrong spot. Closed circuit. Here we go.
Oh, and ooh.
I hit a cut.
Is that a heel or a bottom face?
Heel. Yeah, heel bottom actually.
Okay. Both at the same time? Yeah, that'll do that to the spin.
But again, it's livable.
Oh yeah, I mean you're in play. You're in play. You're in the fairway.
We should probably do one more with that.
The same shot shape that you're looking for was there. I'll leave it up to you if you want to hit.
Yeah, just one more. Because the people want to watch me tee it up again.
That's a great point. Actually, we should I'll just find some more excuses to like hit more driver shots, and then I can just have you struggle with the tee there.
See, it's getting bad. It's getting really bad, guys.
We got another golf ball to go
right
here.
there.
That's gonna fall.
There's
over.
a little. No. There's a little dip.
Right.
Doesn't Scotty kind of like tee us up funny too? Doesn't he kind of have like a?
Well, that's what you're going after. You're just trying to be Scotty.
No,
here.
I wish.
He hits a cut, so
He does. John Rahm, Dustin Johnson, a lot of cutters.
oh yeah.
Did the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. But I think we got
your
what we
shot,
need
though.
there. Yep.
So, yep, the more spin. The TP5 is the highest spinning ball so far. I think we can conclude that.
Yes.
You're way up there with the driver up in the 3,500 range. And again, part of that's due to swing a little bit, right? Your
but they're not that
face
far
to path
off.
number is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that is bigger.
But still more spin there. And then also we should note, I wanted to get to Jake's note about the distance consistency with the TP5, and the 7-iron was really good as well. Still not as good as the Z-Star, which was those three that were basically that all 177, but still pretty darn good. So.
Okay. Like it.
So.
And that, in terms of feel, I know you were asking about that.
Yeah.
Maybe a smidge firmer, I would say. Yeah.
Smidge firmer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's splitting hairs.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
You get a little bit,
more ball
extra
speed
layer
kind
or
of
two
thing.
in there. So let's go to the Chrome Soft. So again,
Yes.
I know the Chrome Tour is probably the 2025 ball to play here. Just felt profile wise, this is probably more applicable to the other golf balls here. I know the Chrome Tour is a little bit more firmer profile, so to speak. But
This with the yellow and the triple track.
yeah.
Get in the hole.
Got a question asking again to talk or go through the ideal 7-iron driver numbers. Someone, I probably just joining because we talked about that right at the beginning, but your 7-iron, probably a 175 carry, spin in the mid 7,000s is kind of where you like to live. Height over 110 probably for the way you kind of hit that. Typically, kind of a nice little high cut.
Yeah, irons can be a little straighter generally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that one was kind of actually drew a bit, so the spin was down a hair.
Yeah.
But other numbers look pretty solid. Yeah, let's make a good strike. There.
That's a pure golf shot. Doesn't get much straighter than that.
Yeah.
There's that 175 carry number. The spin with those two has been almost the exact same.
Yeah, it's interesting that's
So.
down a little bit because that one was my best strike with the 7-iron yet today.
Yeah, that was the best
I
one.
think that was as pure as I've hit it.
Let me just for fun, I'm gonna see how. Let's see. Oh yeah, yep, right here. We're like 2 yards from the center line.
Okay.
You got a nice little look at birdie there with that shot.
We should hit into a green. See how we do. Close to the pin challenge.
Another one that's right at that 7,000 number.
Yeah, that felt good too. Those last two swings were solid.
And again, that's 176.8 carry. So your carry consistency with three shots of the Chrome Soft has been awesome. And I remember you loved the Chrome Soft when we did the Callaway too.
I did like that. That feels good. It's a good golf ball. All right, well, you need one more or what?
That's up to you. I mean, I don't think so. I think you hit
All right,
three
you feel
awesome
good?
ones there.
Yeah, that was a good session.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good. I mean, I didn't think anything would touch the Z-Star dispersion with your 7-iron there. The Chrome Soft is getting close.
Yeah.
You had two that were really good there. So
It felt really, and I think I gave this feedback when we tested all the Callaway balls, but it feels extremely responsive off the face. Like you just have this, you just feel like it's on the face just a smidge longer, and you got great control, and you know exactly what it's going to do when it leaves the face.
sure. All right, so the driver,
Yeah.
the Chrome Soft. So right now we have actually some pretty big differences with driver. I feel like
Yeah.
the Pro V1, you had a couple that just stayed low on the spin and really chased out distance-wise. So Pro V1 is kind of owning in the driver department today. Is really taking the big lead in terms of distance and probably would be considered an ideal spin rate. There we go.
Yeah.
Your tee is over here.
Take that tee.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll send that tee out the window
that.
here. But that's a little bit closer to what the Pro
Yeah.
V1 was giving you earlier with driver
Correct.
at around 2,500 spin and kind of
Just a
chasing
better-
300 yards on the total.
Just a better swing, really. It's probably more me on some of it. Toe.
That was toe. Okay,
Yep.
I was going to ask about that because the ball speed did go down. Yeah, you crept. That's probably one of the few that's been under 100 feet.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's to be expected when you hit off the toe. But I actually like how the spin stayed pretty similar there.
Right.
For contact not made kind of in the center.
I mean, it wasn't like ridiculously out there on
yeah.
the score lines or anything.
Well, and you're a
but
good player, so off the toe
Definitely
and off
felt-
the heel are might mean different things to you than like a 15 handicap.
Sure.
There it is. There's the pull cut.
That was better.
Didn't quite come all the way back, but it's certainly in the fairway.
Safe. I think the number, that was more, I'd say, typical. I would say
Okay.
solid strike. 33, maybe
You
a
want
little high
one more on
the
that
spin.
one, or you think that's good?
One more.
Okay. And there was some ball speed there.
That one was off the face there. That was good.
And I will note, too, as we start to wrap up and look at all the numbers here, we're going to do, next week, we're going to do the firm golf balls. If there's a particular one or you guys have some feedback on which golf balls to test there, obviously that's talking about Pro V1X, TP5X, the Z-Star, maybe XV. I know we're talking about some compression numbers in the chat right now. If there's anything you guys feel strongly about which golf balls to include, please throw that in there right now. And we can also do more than 4 here as well. We could do a couple Callaways or a couple Srixons if we feel like that's necessary. So, all right, so let's dive into some data here.
Let's do it.
Let's go, let's bring up some dispersion here as well. And we'll start with drivers just because that's on the left here. It's the top 4 on the chart there. We see Chrome Soft and Pro V1 seemed to perform kind of similar to each other.
Very
and we
much.
saw Z-Star and TP5 kind of also hang out with each other a little bit in the data there.
Interesting.
In terms of spin, you're getting lower spin with Pro V1 and Chrome Soft. And I think there were some notes in there too as far as compression. Of these golf balls, Pro V1 is the firmest in terms of compression number. So there's that to think about here and probably respond better to your swing speed. But anything jump out at you here as far as either it's the dispersion or the data
I
here?
mean, in fairness to Srixon, those are probably my 3 poorest swings. But what I see is ball speed numbers when we look at smash factor 142, 143, 143 with the Pro V1, the TP5, and the Chrome Soft, and just a little bit more ball speed on average with the Pro V1. With the spin being down a little bit, peak height, everything's really consistent. So I think the Pro V1 for me was the winner for sure with the driver.
Yeah, I think your consistency with the ball speed was the best.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason I like it so much. I know one of these in particular was you made a comment that it was a toe swing, and I think it might have climbed down to around 2,000 spin. But despite that, the ball speed stayed up there, and so I like that responsiveness off the club face with the Pro V1. So in the 7-iron department, we had some findings, and I think we talked about already TP5 being probably the highest spinning ball that we hit today. We saw that, it's for sure, it's in the mid 7,000s with the 7-irons, which is comfortably higher than the rest of them. But dispersion-wise, for me, the takeaway is Chrome Soft and Z-Star were very good for you.
Yeah.
It is worth noting we did uncheck or remove one that was
Poorly
competitive in there with the Z-Star that maybe we could have left in there, but that dispersion on the distance with the Z-Star 7-iron is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And every shot was right at 177 yards. The spin right at 7,000. Also the most, the spin consistency there of Chrome Soft was really good. So if we go to Chrome Soft, your spin rates were what? We got 68.72, 70.90, and 69.07. That's pretty darn good.
Yep. Yeah, consistent. I thought that's what stood out to me is the Z-Star and the Chrome Soft, just the consistency across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the Pro V1's in the mix, but as far as just consistency, those two were kind of three consistent shots.
And I think we even note for you, like these spin rates with 7-iron, maybe with the exception of TP5, but like for you and what you're trying to achieve, probably a little low for you.
Yeah, it is.
Just because, in the past we've been, like when you've hit Pro V1X, you're at 75, maybe even 7,600.
Right.
And the ball stops a little bit quicker for you, right on a dime. You're able to hit your kind of cut with it a little bit better. And so that's where I think, like, this is a tough one as far as picking a single winner today, combining everything together. I think Pro V1 with a driver for sure, but then I don't know what we go from, we pick for a winner with a 7-iron.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think you're right. I think for today to win, that Z-Star, just the consistency on the carry number.
Yeah.
From the fairway with an iron, if you got that number locked in your head and you can count on that, that's pretty valuable.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. We hit 3 of the same golf shot there. Well, I think it shows, these golf balls, while they're similar and the differences weren't as big ball to ball as last few tests we did, where we did all Titleist, all TaylorMade, etc. But I think it shows that this matters. Picking
100%.
the golf ball, it might be the same type. Today this is the softer or the lower compression premium golf balls, and they're similar for sure. It's a lot of similarities, but like for example, if you're playing TP5 and you have a lot of spin, there's probably golf balls out there better for your game.
Correct.
So that's important to take note of, and we do a ball fitting conversation at the very least with every tour van fitting at Second Swing. So
yeah, I'd say get out, get fit. These differences matter, right?
Yeah.
It's about making consistent swings. You want to play better golf. It comes down to getting fit, and obviously the ball matters. So get fit for the ball as well.
Yeah. So next week we will be doing the firmer, tour balls. We've got a list already in the chat of those are pretty much what we're going to do. Our TP5X, Pro V1X, Chrome Tour Triple Diamond. We got some really good options there. And as Chris said, the golf ball matters.
Yes.
So Coss, the freight train.
Yes.
Thank you for swinging today. This was awesome. A lot of good findings today.
Awesome.
Make sure everybody tunes in next week. We'll be back on the Second Swing YouTube channel for Live at Lunch.